better position
to take that
second place spot. You know, if at all we do end up finishing second. So it's really not looking good for us.
It's not an option we should
It's not an option we should think of. That's why I feel the 4 points off Egypt will be the perfect, you know, Easter gift for Nigerians. The 4 points off Egypt will be perfect for us.
Okay.
I
don't know what to say, but I'm sure every Nigerian expects the Super Eagles to go all out, do the job, get the results, at least maybe just 4 points. Well, if we're lucky, 6. You know, we can. We can. Well, let's really talk about one of the things Lagos has been doing and doing so well in recent times. I don't want to call some of these sports lesser sports, but they're giving us the classics. And talking about the Lagos Swash Classics, at the quarterfinal stage.
Yeah.
Now, the top-seeded guy, top-seeded player for men, top-seeded player for the women, were able to scale through to the quarterfinal.
It is expected. I think her name is Yemisi. That's for the women. I can't remember the guy's name. But if you look at the motivation, the incentive, $2,500 for the winner, for the men's, and then $1,500 now for the women.
Thank you for pointing out that.
I mean, it's
thank you for pointing that out. Dollars.
Dollars, not naira. It's a good way to, you know.
An incentive.
It's a big incentive for these players.
And apart from the money, the opportunity to
the exposure as well, you know, keeping fit and all that. Yes, probably we don't have representatives just like what we have in karate. They might not go to the Olympics, but then it's a good way to keep them in shape for other upcoming competitions.
Rotimi, I want to thank you for your time.
Thank you very much.
I could allow you go on, but we have to talk basketball. But before we go to basketball, Arsenal's dream in the UEFA Champions League ended last night, and the coach, well, a lot of people expected him to be sober, but it will shock you what he had to say after the game. Let me not put words into his mouth. Let me allow you to listen to the Arsenal manager, Arsene Wenger, his reaction after his team were knocked out of the UEFA Champions League. And we'll come back for more on Sports Tonight. Well, I'll leave you to make your conclusions on that one. But Arsenal manager, Arsene Wenger, his thoughts after that crucial game. Well, we've made a change. We've made a switch. Rotimi Akindele has gone to take a rest, and Femi Adefeso, as usual, on Thursday. Femi joins us now, and first let me welcome you. It's been a while I've seen you, but first let me just welcome you to the show.
Guys, it's good to be here once again, and of course, basketball is starting this weekend. That's what everybody's talking about and thinking about.
But first, I want you to shed some light. I don't want to call it tug of war, but this thing has been going on, talking about FIBA and the African Basketball League, some procedures not being followed. I just want you to update us on what's really happening, the implications for the game on the domestic scene. I mean, can you quickly do all of that for us?
Yes, well, the African Basketball League came in, which is no longer news, you know, in the way they've come to do things. But actually, the management of the African Basketball League came out to say that they've received endorsement, you know, from FIBA Africa. But there was a press release that was issued yesterday.
That's the governing body on the continent?
Yes, on FIBA Africa, you know, saying, giving a disclaimer more or less that they've not endorsed it. Yes, they've had meetings, but they've given them recommendations to follow, which is go and meet the federations, liaise with them, get their go ahead, and also you need to submit documentation to us on how you want to run the league and the things you need to follow. Unfortunately, because of our time, I can't read through, you know, the whole page of the statements that FIBA Africa, you know, made. So there were a lot of pointers, you know, giving the ABL more or less. They were telling them not to start yet, you know, but the ABL went ahead to go on. You know, they've started.
Sorry to interrupt you, Femi. On what does the African Basketball League, if FIBA is issuing a disclaimer, on what does the African Basketball League stand? From where do they get what legitimize them?
Okay, if you want to ask me where they stand, they're probably in the air. Basketball is really in the air, I mean. But really, it's quite unfortunate that they're standing on nothing right now.
As it is?
Yes, as it is. Because we know where the MBBS stands on this. They came out a couple of weeks back, you know, to also place a disclaimer. And then the ABA was engine to FIBA Africa and saying, that's our leeway. FIBA Africa actually gave us a go ahead to do a test run, but this statement clearly states that they were not even given a test run in the beginning. In the first place, you know. So they pointed out, go and meet MBBF, liaise with them, and MBBF says, look, you guys still haven't come to meet us. So everything's in the loom. But the good thing is today there's been a meeting. Okay. I'm being told at the Nigeria Basketball Federation Secretariat, the ABL is meeting with the MBBF. So yet to find out what the outcome of the meeting is, but we hear it's been very, very, very tough.
Stormy.
You know, between
stormy session.
Very stormy session between both parties. So we hope maybe by tomorrow morning we get something, you know, from them, because I know FIBA Africa too is more or less like the arbiter, you know, in all of this, because they need to be a go ahead. But my take in all of this is, I think the ABL is fantastic. It's a good idea. No sane human being
would not want it to
hold, you know, in the real sense of it. But like you said, what platform are you standing on?
Yes.
You can't build, you know, a house, or you know,
you can't shave a man's head without his
permission. You know, you can't build a house without a foundation. You need something to stand on. You know, there's an African Basketball League. All the federations are issuing disclaimers to the teams that are playing. You know, FIBA Africa is saying they are not supporting. It's an African Basketball League. So how do you get the credibility of the sponsors you want, even the players, to be confident in playing?
Yeah.
Because now the players are worried. Remember, MBBF sanctioned some officials and then the referees,
yeah,
you know, who participated, you know, in the tournament. Now the players are, you know, also in a limbo, you know, as we speak, and FIBA Africa too might decide to take them out of, you know, tournament competition.